Beamy Jason, health and safety coordinator at big corporate campus that sells wellness apps to stressed office workers. Job is mostly fire drills, first aid kits, arguing with contractors about blocked exits and ancient extinguishers. Office vibes used to be normal cringe, motivational posters, and bad coffee, but people worked, joked, went home. HR was old dude Mr. Bishop, who cared about signed forms and nobody eating floor on wet stairs. One day, he announces retirement to finally stop reading accident reports at 2 a.m. We clap, eat cupcakes, forget about HR for a week. Then email lands, subject, welcoming Harper, our new director of respect and safety. Title already sounds like Tumblr married OSHA and had LinkedIn baby. Photo shows woman early 30s, sharp bob, big glasses, blazer over believe women shirt. Bio says she specializes in feminist safety culture and protecting women from everyday male intrusion in corporate spaces. Sales guy Liam mutters, "Guess I'm never allowed to hold a door again." Goes back to his spreadsheet. Harper arrives Monday, walks campus like she's filming true crime, barely looks at fire maps, only at people. I'm walking new intern Chloe through stairwell, pointing out exits. Harper appears on landing like horror game jump scare. She smiles tight, asks Chloe, "Do you feel safe alone in a stairwell with a male coworker?" Chloe says, yeah, he's literally the safety guy." Harper writes something down anyway. That afternoon, she hosts listening session, promises no blame, only truth. Most people just want lunch. She talks about silent epidemic of boundary violations and spaces saturated with male presence. Hands out anonymous cards, asks women to describe times they felt uneasy around male coworker. Most scribble nonsense or nothing. One serious story about ex-boss from old job becomes her holy relic. She holds it up, says, "This is exactly what we are preventing here," announces phased changes to proximity and touch. Week later, first blast email hits, title Phase 1, Ending Uninvited Male Proximity. Policy says men must keep 2 steps distance from women in hallways unless explicitly invited closer. Also says men should not walk directly behind women for more than 10 seconds, must slow down or pass with verbal check-in. Give script. "Hey, I'm behind you. Do you want me to pass or hang back?" Reads like hostage negotiation. New stick figure signs appear by stairs. Little man being curved away from little woman. Caption, "Share space, not pressure." First week turns corridors into comedy sketch. Guys doing weird loops to avoid walking behind anyone with ponytail. One afternoon, I'm stuck behind 2 women with big box of bandages. Timer in head hits 10. I sped walk past saying, "I'm going to overtake you now. Is that okay?" They stare like I confessed to murder. Mumble, "Sure, man. Hurry away." Harper sees from distance, beams like proud teacher. Later emails me praising my conscious navigation. Men hate it. Women mostly roll eyes. Everyone assumes Phase 1 is dumb, but survivable. Then comes Phase 2, touch protocols for a safer workplace. 12-page PDF with diagrams, core rule. No man may initiate physical contact with woman coworker without explicit verbal consent, and preferably witness. Examples include helping someone stand, steadying on ladder, brushing lint off jacket, guiding through crowd. Even first aid now requires consent check-in, unless woman is unconscious, in which case they want prior consent stored in system. Harper launches Comfort Preference Profile in HR app. Women can tick boxes like no male touch ever, women-only first aid. Workshop speech about centuries of unasked male hands says we are closing that chapter here. Legal lady in back gently reminds her, law says we must render aid to anyone in danger. Harper nods, says, of course, but in trauma-informed way, draws diagram of man asking unconscious woman for energetic permission. Room dies a little inside. Half women ignore form, other half pick, prefer women when available for extra safety points. Harper treats every preference like court order, updates training, so male first aiders must always call for woman first. We have 3 trained women on days, 1 on nights, 10 men including me. Math cries softly. First test comes when finance girl rolls ankle on stairs in high heels. I see her ankle twist. Instinct says grab arm. Policy says jump back like stairs turn to lava. I hover, ask, do you consent to me helping you sit? I am male staff. She yells, Jason, if you don't grab me, I'm going to fall. I catch her anyway, later get gentle reminder email suggesting I practice asking sooner, touching later. After that, people move like mannequins on rails, everyone scared of showing up in one of her screenshots. Phase 3 drops in all hands titled Wellness Day and the New Care Teams. Company is hosting huge wellness festival on campus, open to employees, some clients, even families. There will be yoga on lawn, smoothie bars, panels about burnout, partner booths, full Instagram zoo. Harper announces consent forward safety model for event, unveils all-female care team in pastel vests for women in distress. Big idea, any woman should go to care team instead of default male security presence. Bigger idea, for entire wellness day, male security and first aid staff must not touch women guests or employees unless care team member directs them. Women lead the response, men support from respectful distance. She says, looking right at me. I ask what happens if someone collapses and care team is far. She tells me, we will have enough coverage, do not catastrophize. Operations manager gives me, please not now face. I shut up and go back to planning shade tents and water points. Week before festival campus turns into construction site, tents up, cables everywhere, Harper hanging posters saying, your body, your choice, your safety team. She adds colored wristbands for women at entrance. Green, okay with casual friendly touch. Yellow, ask first. Red, no touch for men. Keeps talking about bringing consent, thinking into every interaction, while I quietly check EpiPen expiration dates. Day of Wellness Festival, campus actually looks nice. Food trucks lined up, inflatable arch saying, breathe, music already too loud. I'm on duty with radio, assigned to main lawn, coordinate security, first aid tent, care team. Harper floats around like Queen Bee, fixing sign angles, scolding male staff for standing too near yoga mats. By midday, place packed, kids running, people doing awkward yoga, smoothie line endless, sun hotter than forecast, humidity gross. Care team mostly hands out pamphlets about microaggressions at the massage chair. I deal with bee sting and one almost faint. Nothing major. Around 2 huge crowd gathers near main stage for CEO and influencer doctor panel. I hang back scanning, then spot woman near edge, late 20s, badge on lanyard, red wristband on wrist. She's pale, sweating, fanning herself, friend telling her to sit, but nowhere to sit except hot grass. Friend waves at me, shouts, hey, she doesn't feel good. Music swallows half the words, but panic is universal language. As I walk over, brain flashes red wristband, no male touch, phones everywhere, Harper somewhere in crowd. Woman's knees buckle. Friend tries to hold her. Both start to go down in slow motion. I'm about to catch her out of habit when Harper's voice crackles over radio. Remember, no physical contact without care team. We are on our way. My hand freezes mid-air like someone hit pause. Woman ends up on ground anyway, dazed, friend kneeling, shouting for shade, water, help. I radio first aid. They say nearest care team pair, stuck other side of crowd mediating verbal conflict at smoothie booth. Friend looks up at me, eyes huge, yells, "Do something, she can't breathe right." Woman now clutching throat, wheezing, lips swelling, classic anaphylaxis poster child. Training brain finally slaps HR brain. I kneel, ask, "Allergies, EpiPen." Friend says, "Yes, in her bag, she can't move." Starts digging with shaking hands. Harper pushes through circle with two care team women, sees me kneeling, eyes like lasers. She says, "Jason, remember touch protocols, step back, let women handle women." I point at gasping woman, say, "This is anaphylaxis, seconds matter." Harper says, "You can coach from distance, but do not touch her. She clearly indicated no male contact." Friend finds EpiPen, fumbles with cap, nearly stabs own thumb. Clearly never done this before. I've drilled this 100 times. Muscle memory takes over. I grab pen, shout, "I'm helping now," jab into woman's thigh. Harper yells, "Jason, stop," but medicine already in. Woman drags in huge, ragged breath, like world restarting. Someone in crowd films entire thing, catching Harper's face and my "screw this policy" moment in HD. Paramedics arrive minutes later, finish treatment, put woman on stretcher, friend crying, thank you at everyone, especially me. Harper stands stiff with arms crossed, repeating, "We had a process like broken printer." After ambulance leaves, she pulls me behind stage, away from noise. Tells me I committed serious violation of bodily autonomy policy. Says, "We will address your pattern after event." I ask, "What pattern? Saving people?" She replies, "You centered male control in moment that should have showcased women's care." Radio keeps buzzing with minor issues, but all I hear is blood pounding in ears. Next morning, email from HR schedules investigatory meeting regarding safety incident. Stomach drops, but not from guilt. In small conference room, Harper sits at one end, corporate HR woman on video, legal guy taking notes. Harper tells story about me, ignoring clear wristband signal and physically overpowering care team leadership. Corporate HR asks for my version. I calmly lay out timeline, symptoms, delay, epi, training. Legal guy asks, "How fast can anaphylaxis kill?" I say, "Minutes if airway closes." Harper insists, woman chose no male touch. Even in emergencies, we must honor that choice. Legal guy asks, "Did she sign anything explicitly refusing life-saving care from men?" Harper starts rambling about structural consent. He cuts her off, says, "That is not a concept any court recognizes." Meeting ends with, "We'll review materials and footage." I walk out weirdly relieved someone else finally said it. Next day's office feels like air before thunderstorm. Video leaks to social media, maybe friend, maybe random. Caption, "HR tried to stop this guy from using EpiPen because he's a man." Local blogs pick it up. Headline, "Wellness Festival almost turns deadly over woke wristband policy. Company name tagged in every paragraph." Inside, women start telling me their own run-ins with Harper's rules. Chloe says Harper pushed her to file anonymous complaint on male manager who just asked if she needed help carrying monitor. Melissa says she tried to change profile from no male touch because it was causing chaos. Harper cornered her in hallway, told her, "You're letting patriarchy live inside your body when you say you're comfortable with male help." Melissa told her, "I'm comfortable with competent help, gender optional." Harper wrote that as internalized misogyny. Week later, Emergency Town Hall announced, topic, Wellness Day Incident and Safety Review. Auditorium packed, overflow on video, energy half funeral, half trial. CEO on stage with legal and corporate HR, Harper in front row, looking like defendant. CEO thanks staff and paramedics, then says, "We have to be honest about what went wrong." Screen shows split view of security cameras and phone clip. Collapse, delay, me frozen. Harper stopping me, epi shot. Woman breathing again. Legal guy explains any policy stopping trained staff from giving first aid based on gender is legally insane. Says, if she had died while responders stood nearby, we'd be talking about criminal negligence, not just PR. Corporate HR shows comfort profile screen, notes it never mentioned refusing life-saving care. Reads anonymous feedback from women saying they felt pressured to choose strict options to look woke enough. Melissa speaks at mic, voice shaking but clear, says she felt used as symbol instead of listened to as adult. Says, I don't need male co-workers banned from helping. I need them trained and not creepy. That's it. Chloe says building hallways full of fear of men just made everything slower and scarier. Adds, watching him stand there with EpiPen and wait was the worst part. Harper grabs mic without invite, calls backlash classic male panic at losing automatic access to women's bodies. Room of women stays very, very still. Older accountant Rosa stands up, voice like she's raised teenagers and survived. Says, my daughter has allergies. If she collapses near trained man and he waits because of a wristband, I will sue everyone in this building. Applause breaks out. Not huge, but sharp and real. CEO lets it sit, then says, our job is to keep people alive and respected in that order. Announces immediate cancellation of proximity phases and wristband system. Care team rules scrapped. Says new guidance is simple. Treat people with respect. Ask before casual touch when you can. Render aid fast when you must. Adds that from now on, all safety policies go through legal and external safety consultant, not just respect office brainstorming. Then, final blow, thanks Harper for raising questions, but says trust in her judgment is irreparably damaged. Says, effective today, Harper is no longer with the company. Camera finds her face on screen, eyes wide, nobody meeting her gaze. She hands mic back, walks outside aisle with a few embarrassed followers. Next week, posters about ending uninvited male proximity vanish overnight. Stairwell signs replaced with boring, keep right, don't run. HR app quietly removes comfort profile section, wristband table at reception, replaced with sunscreen and name tags. New memo from legal arrives, one page, mainline bolded. If someone is in danger, help them. Do not wait for vibes. Rosa tapes copy above coffee machine, draws little heart on it. Interim HR manager Denise moves into Harper's office, asks me to show her fire panels, extinguishers, messy paperwork piles. She nods a lot, never says patriarchy once, already feels like upgrade. Few weeks later, EpiPen girl visits office with friend. both looking much better. She thanks me, says she barely remembers anything but throat opening again. Her friend says, I remember HR yelling at you while she couldn't breathe. We all laugh in that almost died way. That night on rounds, I pass empty spot where wristband stand used to be, just tape shadow left on floor. Think about how close we came to letting someone die to keep policy pure. Check fire panel, all green, radios quiet. Building finally feels like building again, not experiment. Funny thing, once circus ends and basic rules come back, everyone actually seems safer. Turns out, don't be a creep, help people when they need it, beats 12 PDFs of theory every single time.